Hey y'all, hey. So, if you've been following along, I have been doing the ABCs of accountability, and these are characteristics or traits that I feel an accountable person will possess from A to Z. If you don't know what accountability means, it means taking ownership of one's actions, reactions, and the consequences that can come from those. Today, we are covering the letter M. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. So the first word is multi-sensored. Having multi-sensory. And that means having awareness from a soul level. Perception that is beyond what can be seen, heard, tasted, touched, and smelled. It is effortless. So the difference between a multi-sensory person and a five-sensory person, the five senses, just went over them, is that I'm reading you guys this excerpt. I keep saying excerpt. Is it insert or excerpt? Either way, I'm about to read y'all a paragraph from The Seat of the Soul. So this is my second time reading it. And of course, when you do something over, whether you're watching something again, listening to something again, or reading something again, you always get a different perception or take something different from it than you did the first time. Anyway, it was perfect for today because it aligns with almost all of the M, so it was right on time. But from the perception of the five-sensory human, the physical world is an unaccountable giving in which we unaccountably find ourselves, and we strive to dominate it so that we can survive. From the perception of the multisensory human, the physical world is a learning environment that is created jointly by the souls that share it, and everything that occurs within it serves their learning. That's that. Taking ownership of one's actions, reactions, and the consequences, and I just thought that was so befitting for the ABCs of accountability. The next one is mindful. Oh, I think I wanted to add something. My bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah. So I wanted to say, when it comes to multisensory, it is happening whether or not we ask for it. Some people even resist it because they do not want to see what they see. Multisensory perception brings with it a new potential. This is the potential of authentic power. Authentic power is the alignment of the personality with the soul. And then I wanted to give y'all authentic power just so we can all be aligned. Authentic power has its roots in the deepest source of our being. Authentic power cannot be bought, inherited, or hoarded. An authentically empowered person is incapable of making anyone or anything a victim. An authentically empowered person is one who is so strong, so empowered that the idea of using force against another is not a part of his or her consciousness. A multisensory person has authentic power, a limited authentic power. But you have to be able to go within. The next one is mindful. Focusing one's awareness on the present moment, especially as part of a therapeutic or meditative technique. Now, two of our words, one was awareness and the other was consciousness. Both of those are synonyms for mindful. However, I'm going to continue to reiterate it because that's how important it is to be aware, conscious, and mindful while you're on this journey, while you're walking through this life. The best thing you can do is go within. Go within. Are you mindful of your thoughts? Do you know why you're thinking such negative thoughts? Are you mindful of your surroundings? Are you mindful of who you can really call and count on when you're down and out, when you are thinking about committing suicide, when you're thinking about doing something detrimental, when you're thinking about a bad decision? Are you mindful of what you're eating? Are you mindful of how you're spending your money? The environments you're putting yourself in? The situations you're putting yourself in? Or are you just doing things out of habit, unconsciously? I wanted to give y'all this about mindfulness. So first you got to be multisensory. And then you'll be more mindful. When a multisensory personality looks inside itself, it finds a multitude of different currents. Through experience, it learns to distinguish between these currents and to identify the emotional, psychological, and physical effects of each. It learns, for example, which currents produce anger, divisive thoughts, and destructive actions, and which currents produce love, healing thoughts, and constructive actions. In time, it learns to value and to identify with those currents that generate creativity, healing, and love, and to challenge and release those currents that create negativity, disharmony, and violence. In this way, a personality comes to experience the energy of its soul. So y'all, it's a cycle. You're experiencing your soul. Now your multisensory has heightened. Your intuitive feelings, your conversations with your spirit, like, it's just such a beautiful thing to me. Like, is just making me so happy. I'm happy every day, but I don't know why I'm just so lit today. But yeah, be aware, be mindful of what you're telling yourself or what you're believing from other people telling you, what you're consuming, how you're spending your time, what you're investing in. Be mindful of if there's growth, if you're growing. And the last one is magnetic. Possessing an extraordinary power or ability to attract. Once you become multisensored and mindful, you'll be able to attract whatever you want in this world intentionally. Now, a lot of us are out here chasing a bag when we should be attracting a bag, putting intention behind how we want to make money, a purpose. You're going to always lack if you out here chasing. Everything you want will come to you if you put that intention behind it. So you can be magnetic. I told y'all polarity. You can be magnetic on a negative spectrum or you be magnetic on a positive spectrum, because whether you are conscious about it, an intention is always being set. The first one was multisensored. Having awareness from a soul level. Perception that is beyond what all of the 5 physical senses are. What you see, touch, hear, smell, and taste. You will not see your soul unless you seek your soul. Ask questions to awaken your soul. Questions like, who puts the sun in the sky every day? Who tells the bees to pollinate? Like, could y'all imagine a world if, I think I used this analogy last night, but could y'all imagine a world if the bees just like, fuck it, we ain't doing shit this spring, like, they'll figure it out. Nah, I ain't gonna do that no more. Like, that's what we do to our dreams. But ask those type of questions that start to awaken your soul. Let me give y'all that again. You will not see your soul unless you seek your soul. You got to be intentional about this journey by going within and being mindful, which is the next one. Focusing one's awareness on the present moment. On the present moment. Are you doing things and your heart's racing, or is it remaining in a resting state? Are you mindful of those? Are you mindful of what you're consuming, what you're listening to? Are you happy when you listen to a certain song? Are you angry and ready to go rob a bank when you listen to another song, or enticed to try something that you know you wouldn't even try? Be mindful of those things. Be mindful of the things that you're telling yourself. I told you, wake up every day affirmative, loving on you, pouring into you. Be mindful of if you're even spending time with yourself, or if everyone else is getting your time. And the last one, magnetic. Possessing an extraordinary power, the ability to attract. We all are gods. We all are destined to live an abundant life if we become multi-sensored, and mindful and intentional. Don't chase the bag, attract the bag. Don't chase the man, attract the man. Don't chase the job, attract the job. It can be applied all the way around. Have attracting thoughts, not thoughts of lack. An accountable person is multi-sensored, is mindful, and is magnetic. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Y'all, go out and get this book. Read it, because it's life-changing.